Hey guys, real quick before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Kenshin's Closet. They source authentic goodies straight from Japan, badges, keychains, acrylic stands, and more. They carry items for a lot of games and anime such as Twisted Wonderland, Sailor Moon, Black Butler, Revolutionary Girl Utena, and Hypnosis Mike to name a few. And what's really cool is if you're interested in more obscure items, Kenshin's Closet will also do custom orders. So if you love visual novel and anime merch, go check out Kenshin's Closet at kenshinscloset.com. Links in the description below.
Tell me, O Muse, of the man of many ways, who was driven far journeys after he had sacked... Huh? What do you mean wrong script? Is she being swarmed by ducks? Yeah, and I bet they tell you that they love you all the time. Are you kidding? I love ducks. But I love you even more.
Well, hello guys, it's Girl Got Game, and as you saw from the little teaser trailer in the beginning, we are taking a gander at a duck game today. Hey, they're gooses and gooses. Woof. Gooses and duckses are related a little bit. Geese and ducks are kind of related. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna take a gander at Pre-Odyssey. Odysseus, Penelope, and her ducks love at first Quack. So, this is a game by Neoclassic Games. I was reached out to by Peter back in June, so it has been quite some time. Apologies that it's taken me this long to get to it. They were kind enough to send me a key to check out this game. It was released in June, and I love the idea of this. I'm a fan of Greek mythology. And also, who doesn't like duck puns? And I'm just like, these two things are married together in a visual novel with a love interest. Like, these are all things that I enjoy, so nothing can go wrong here. I'm very much looking forward to checking this out. Let me share with you the story for this. Princess Helen of Sparta is the most beautiful woman in the world, coveted by almost all the kings and princes of Greece. Suitors from far and wide have flocked to their palace in hopes of winning her hand in marriage, but this isn't about her. Enter Penelope, Helen's less popular cousin. While staying at her uncle's palace, she encounters one of Helen's supposed suitors, the notorious trickster king Odysseus. However, this Spartan princess is also notorious in her own right. As the favorite daughter of Prince Icarius? No, not that one. I mean as the notorious Duck Girl. The story is based on the Oath of Tyndareus and a couple of other myths centering on Penelope and Odysseus. So there you go. If you need a little bit of context for what to expect, just add ducks to the mix. Alright? Quack, let's start. Quack, quack. Lore unlocked. That was a loud lore. Can I? Well, the ducks. Cute. Preferences. Sound volume. Let's turn that down a little bit. And lore. It's just a picture of a duck. Delightful. Tyndareus. Here we go. Tyndareus was a king of Sparta and father of Helen, also renowned as Helen of Troy, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Or not. It was said that Helen's true father was Zeus. Tyndareus was at a loss with what to do with the suitors who wished for his daughter's hand in marriage until Odysseus gave him a helping hand. Yeah, so I assume they're going to go into the story of how Odysseus came up with the idea, like, let's make an oath that we will support whoever Helen picks as her husband, and we won't kill him. Also, ducks. Why did I even say yes to Uncle Tindarius? All right, fine. It's my fault I couldn't say no. Look at the little duck up here. It's so cute. This one has got quite the hairdo going on, or feather do. Maybe it's not that bad. At least I don't have to see Father. It's just that I'm not comfortable with unfamiliar places. Everyone looks at us all weird here. At home, they ignore us. Oh? You too, huh? Oh, look at all the ducks! Didn't I tell you already why we're here? You know Helen, my cousin? She's very, extremely pretty, so kings and princes kept coming over to ask for her. I heard she's been upset, so Uncle called me and my sisters over. But we're not really familiar with each other. Besides, she doesn't like you guys being around. Angry Quack. Hey, no swearing! She's still my cousin. I knew that Quack had some anger in it.
As I've thought. I shouldn't have bothered coming here.
Hello.
That poor lady was swarmed by those men. Quite pitiable, if you ask me.
The young man turned around, only to see a sight to behold?
What am I looking at?
What? Ducks! So many beautiful ducks. Lore unlocked! Sweet. What do we got? Is it Helen this time? Swan, okay. According to myth, Zeus took a liking to Helen's mother and disguised himself as a swan. Helen was said to be Zeus's daughter with Tyndareus' wife, making her the Spartan king's stepdaughter. Her mother supposedly laid 2 eggs. Helen was born from one of them, together with her brother Polydeuces. The other egg hatched her sister Clytemnestra and her other brother Castor. The ducks aren't fond of Helen. I guess ducks and swans don't get together, but hopefully they like my little goose. Between Helen and me, I'd say she's like a beautiful, majestic swan, while I'm just a mangy little duck next to her. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. You guys are great. Ducks are great.
Is she being swarmed by ducks?
I wonder if there's a duck prince or a duck king. And then they turn into a handsome man with a kiss. Is there any one of you like that? I mean, if you want to give me a smooch and try it out.
By the gods. Are they conversing?
And the ducks, in turn, reply and seemingly listen to the girl. Almost as though they actually understood each other.
How surreal.
The girl turned her head and caught sight of the man who'd been watching her. She pulled her veil over her face. What a handsome man! Penelope then whispered to her ducks. He must be one of Helen's suitors. The birds nudged her with their heads. Approach him? But... should I? Duck out on this one. Oh, I gotta do it for the duck pun. I can't do this. He must think I'm a freak. Yep, he definitely does. A weirdo talking to ducks. So let's slip out to somewhere quieter. And she turned around. Gah! Surprise, she almost tripped. Whoa there, are you alright? Thankfully, he managed to catch her. He's holding my hand. I don't smell like duck right now, do I? With her head filled with useless thoughts, the girl could only nod in response. Oh, that's good. Sorry about that. Huh? No, it's fine. I mean, I'm fine. Yes, I'm okay. Great first impression, Penelope. Go me. You don't have to be nervous around me. Who's nervous? Not me. Definitely not me. Right. I'm not convincing, am I? This devilish smirk on his face. Not in the slightest. I want to go home. I'm Odysseus. Might I have the pleasure to hear your name? The man, or rather Odysseus, said as he held his hand out for a handshake. This face is great. Huh? Oh, you may call me Penelope. She smiled, returning his gesture. Penelope. Such a pretty name. Yes. Honestly, she's not very fond of her name. For various reasons. Anyway, I just came over since I couldn't help but notice the sight of you, and your ducks. Watching you talk to ducks attracted my attention. Huh? Did he just call me attractive? No, he didn't. But we'll leave her to misunderstand. It's better this way. So, I was wondering... what's with the ducks? Oh, hello. At that, the ducks, who all had kept quiet, suddenly started quacking. Almost as if they wanted their presence to be known. Ah, they're my friends. These little guys always follow me around. It's been like that since I was a child. At that, one of the ducks leaped into her arms. They're good kids. I see. Wait, did I just say what I did? He must think I'm a freak. A duck weirdo. While Penelope was wallowing in self-induced despair, the man had picked up one of the ducks and cradled it in his arms. Fascinating. They really are well behaved. At that comment, the duck in his arms held their head up as if showing off. Aw, who's a good boy? You are. Yes, you are. He began stroking the duck, which the bird seemed to enjoy. Having seen this sight, Penelope, who had been forgotten, perked up. Ah, he's not making fun of me. Odysseus seems like a nice man. That little one says he likes you. Huh? So you really can understand what they're saying? Eh? Am I digging my own grave again? No. Odysseus is nice, I think. I mean, I literally had only known him for a few minutes, but I feel like I could trust him. Yes, I've always understood their quacks, she finally replied. It's not weird, is it? Well, yes, it's very weird. What happened to my trust in you, Odysseus? You're very fascinating. I like you. Huh? Penelope.exe stopped working. So cute. At that, the duck he was cradling suddenly started biting him. Ow! Ow! And the ducks below started attacking him with tackles and pecks. Fine, sorry. I won't bully Penelope anymore, all right? At that quack, all of them stopped. I swear I could feel you all glaring at me. He whimpered while stroking the angry duck he was holding. Sorry about that. It looks like they went wild after I blanked out. It's fine. I didn't think they'd be protective of you. Well, they're my best friends. My only friends, but he doesn't need to know that. I see. You must not have many friends, then. That's mean. I mean, he's right, but that was still mean. Go, ducks, go! Cue in another duck attack. What did I do this time? Don't tell me I was right. You don't have Ow! Ow! Ouch! Quack, quack, quack! He had it coming for him. Guys, it's fine. You don't have to keep attacking him. Thank you for the backup. With that, he set the duck down gently. You don't have to thank me for that. Well, as much as I'd like to continue chatting, I have some business to attend to. I may have gotten some duck bites, but this was fun. I'll drop by here again tomorrow. See ya! Wait! Before she could get any word out, the man had left her sight. He's fast. Tomorrow, huh? At that quack, she turned to the duck on her arm. Oh, it's nothing. Come, it's almost time for lunch. Business. Right, he probably went off to see Helen. The next day. The lone girl gracefully walked along the hall, with a trail of ducks quacking behind her. She almost seemed like a mother duck, followed by her little ducklings. People whispered in the background. Isn't that the child of Prince Icarius?
I hear that she's mad. Such beauty is wasted on her.
Oh, we got the lore, baby. Boop. Which kind of lore we got this time? New. Witch. That's just uncalled for. Witch, sorceress, enchantress. These powerful women could cast spells and brew magical potions that could fell even the mightiest of men. Among them was Circe, a powerful witch goddess from the mythical island of Aea. According to the Odyssey, she had tamed wild animals such as wolves and lions as if they were house pets when Odysseus's men encountered her. Later on, she turned his men into pigs. It is debatable whether or not she could tame ducks. Can anyone really tame a duck? Why is she being followed by those birds? Is she a witch? But the girl simply continued walking. She had long learned to ignore gossip. She had her ducks, after all, and that's all you need. Penelope had always told herself that they're all the friends she needed. Or perhaps she was simply too distracted to bother with any of that today. I wonder if I'll ever see Odysseus. He said he'll drop by again. Ah, yes, the gossip definitely flew by her, like a flock of ducks. This music's really cute. Oh, but would he really? Should I be seeing him like this? Won't it hurt his chances with Helen? Penelope! Great timing! Speak of the devil. Am I dragging him down? But Penelope didn't seem to have noticed the one occupying her head. Penelope? He might end up being called Duck Boy! Oh no, we can't have that! Grease to Penelope. Grease. Not Olympus, eh? Olympus to Penelope. Maybe I should stop seeing him for his own good? Penelope, quick, help me hide! Gah! Whoa, it's just me. What? Okay, no more questions, just hide me. Make him quack up the situation first. I'm gonna go all duck puns for my choices. I'll see where it gets me. What's going on? You didn't accidentally murder someone, did you? Huh? How did you end up with that conclusion? Do I look like someone who'd stab another person out of nowhere? Yes. Yes? I'm hurt. Sorry. I feel bad. I should help him. As requested, Penelope pulled Odysseus to a bush outside. Guys, surround the bush, she told the ducks, who immediately crowded Odysseus's hiding spot. Yes, that will not draw attention. What's going on? Why are we doing this?
Oh. We heard someone scream.
Lore unlocked. Okay. It was me. I was the one that screamed. Greek vases? Ancient Greek vases had a special painting technique which gave them red, orange, and black colors. They were the inspiration for the aesthetic of the NPC silhouettes. Cool! I like that choice. Very neat. Just then, two unfamiliar figures sprinted right over to Penelope's direction. Oh, that was me. I almost tripped.
I hope you're fine.
The taller man asked with concern. He had chestnut brown hair and amethyst-colored eyes. His body seemed well-built. The other one had short black hair and brown eyes. He had the same stature as Odysseus, or at least seemed to. Both of them were wearing simple white tunics. Yes, I am. Thank you for asking.
Good.
The black-haired one nodded and then looked around. It didn't really take long for the man to lock onto the peculiar duck bush. This was my favorite. This is my favorite duck. They were menacing! The man let out a nervous laughter before turning his attention back to the girl. Yeah, no, those ducks are bad news.
Anyway, have you seen someone pass by here? Our companion. Brown hair, about this length.
He went on to gesture around his shoulder, similar to Odysseus's hair.
Red eyes. Yes, scary red eyes. Impossible to miss.
He added in deadpan.
Have you seen him?
Huh? Her eyes unconsciously trailed over the bush's direction. Oh, I got double quacks. I could quack on him or quack a lie. I'm gonna leave this up to the fate of the coin. What quack am I doing? Heads for quacking on him, tails for quacking a lie. Hiya! Ooh, we're lying. He passed by. He ran this way. She pointed further along the hallway. Yes, he bumped into me earlier. That's why I screamed. He was the one who made me scream. That part wasn't a lie. The two looked at each other, almost as though they were doubtful. Run along now, you might lose him. Her smile made them step back for a moment. Both nodded before finally following the direction she pointed toward. That was nerve-wracking.
Sorry that I made you deal with those two.
Oh, it's fine. They were nice. They were worried about me.
Those jerks. Hey, I'm not scary, am I?
Huh? No?
Huh, so yeah. They're jerks. Stupid Ajax. Stupid Antilochus. He nodded to himself sagely. Thanks for cooperating with me back there. I could tell that you struggled with lying.
You didn't need to point that out. Why were you running from them anyway?
Because they wanted to drag me off to drink in broad daylight. I'm fine if it was only that, but we all know they just wanted to complain about their love life.
Lore. What do we got this time? Whoop. Olives, okay. Tomatoes didn't arrive in Greece until after the 15th century, while potatoes were only brought in during the 18th century. So we get sad sack of olives instead. Later in the Odyssey, Penelope tested Odysseus by telling him that she'll have their bed moved. Odysseus protested, arguing that it'd be impossible, as he had carved it out of the trunk of a living olive tree himself, something only the two of them knew about.
Thus, he proved his identity as her husband Odysseus. The olive tree was a symbol of their enduring, immovable marriage. Aw, the more you know.
They got dumped by Helen like a sad sack of olives, you see.
Sounds like you three are good friends.
Did you even listen to me talk? What part of what I said made it sound like we're friends?
Oh, am I being presumptuous? You sounded fond of them, so I thought... It's not like I have friends, so I really wouldn't know. Sorry, I guess I was mistaken.
Right. You don't have other friends, huh?
You didn't have to point that out!
Cue in another duck attack! Ow! Ow! Okay! Okay, I'm sorry! I was just ruffling her feathers.
That's even meaner!
Well, you better get used to it. That's how friends are. Sometimes. So, you're not exactly wrong about those guys, I guess.
Wait.
Penelope.exe is loading.
Are you implying that we're friends?
Huh? Yeah. Aren't we already? I mean, sure, I guess you're a different kind of friend compared to the blockheads who normally surround me.
But you're a man, and I'm...
Huh? You're friends with ducks. Odysseus spoke in a very monotone voice.
Well, yes.
So, what's wrong with being friends with me?
Well... She's not really sure why she kept searching for an excuse. Her social skills were simply non-existent. I mean, you only came here for Helen anyway. As a result, she ended up quacking the first thing from the top of her head. Oh, no. Did I just... It's over.
Never in her life did she want to disappear so badly. Unfortunately, her legs seemed to have frozen up so she couldn't even run away. You were worrying about that?
Don't laugh!
I only came here because I was curious about this most beautiful woman in the world. But I knew that I stood no chance anyway. I just joined the bandwagon as an excuse to take a vacation. I'm not interested in Helen. I didn't even bring a gift. You should have seen the look on your uncle's face when he learned that I came empty-handed. Not that he accepted any of the other gifts. Really, I'm just a curious onlooker here.
Oh. Somehow, his words had lifted the burden on her chest. Penelope had never felt this relieved. Wait, why am I relieved?
So, are you satisfied now?
Well, she wanted to say. It's not like something like this would satisfy me or anything. Baka.
But she had no guts to pull off a tsundere act. You can just... The baka's implied, alright? We all know.
Won't you be troubled if you were associated with me?
She didn't have the best reputation, after all. And that was putting it lightly. You're worried about that? Let people say what they want. Think what they want. If they have any complaints, direct them to the King of Ithaca and see if they'll still talk.
Who?
Odysseus pointed to himself. Me. I'm the King of Ithaca. Don't tell me you didn't know who you were talking to.
Oh, right. Helen's suitors are kings and princes. Of course Odysseus would be one as well.
Alright. Give me that lore, duck. This is Sparta!
The setting of the story. While Sparta was very well known for its military might, Penelope and Odysseus' era was before the militarization of the city-state. This Sparta was ruled by the brothers Tyndareus and Icarius. There you go. Helen herself was a daughter of the Spartan king, Tyndareus. Or, well, stepdaughter? It's a long story. The Lord Duck got our back, don't worry. Even I knew that you're a daughter of Prince Icarius, at least. Then, she finally continued, biting her lips. Then, if you're fine with being hounded by ducks. Are you kidding? I'm more than okay with these guys. He reached out to one of them and stroked the bird's head. Seeing the gesture, the other ducks began surrounding him, seemingly hoping for a pet as well. I love these guys. Besides, if it weren't for them, we probably wouldn't be talking like this. Oh, it's gotten noisy, huh? The young man said quietly. Penelope could only nod, and Odysseus smiled. And that was how we became friends. Ever since then, while the other suitors continued to try and woo Helen, Odysseus would spend time with Penelope instead. The two would just talk, tell each other stories, but mostly play with ducks. Have you heard about Atalanta? Of course I have. She was raised by bears, wasn't she? Correct. Alright. Atalanta, probably? No, infanticide, okay. In ancient Greece, the killing of your offspring was frowned upon and was seen as a barbarous act. However, exposure was accepted, an act of deserting the child, be it in a forest, roadside, or someone else's front door. Whether the child survives or not would be up to fate. It seemed that there were loopholes to this, such as exposure to the sea? Yet, if fate willed it, one's life shall be spared even from such a workaround. Abandoned by her father at birth, raised by bears, and joined a group of hunters. Abandoned by her father. How sad. Oh my goodness. More lore. Yes? Caledonian Boar Hunt. A classical monster slaying myth. According to the legend, King Aeneas neglected to offer tributes to Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. To punish this transgression, she sent the Caledonian boar to devastate the countryside. The king summoned heroes to vanquish the beast, and Atalanta was one of those who answered his call. Odysseus' father, Laertes, was also a participant of this hunt. She was most known for being part of the Caledonian boar hunt. Alright, and the Argonauts, I assume. There they are. Heroes who were gathered by Odysseus' cousin, Jason, aboard the ship called Argo on a fetch quest to prove himself worthy for the throne of Iolcus. Or, Iolcus? Iolcus? This band of heroes was known to have accomplished many feats and adventures across land and sea. Among them were Laertes, Odysseus' father, as well as Atalanta, princess of Arcadia. As well as a member of the Argonauts. Argonauts? Getting all the lore now. Getting the lore dump right now. Laertes, Odysseus' father, the former king of Ithaca, and an Argonaut who participated in the Caledonian boar hunt. He was married to Anticlea and was known as a loyal husband to his wife. He feared the thought of upsetting her. In the Odyssey, Odysseus' final stop was the home of his old father who was tending to his garden. The long-lost son decided to test his father and pretended to be a traveler who was in search of his old friend Odysseus. Laertes ended up sobbing at the thought of the son he had lost. Odysseus felt bad for tricking his father and ended up revealing his true identity, leading to a father-son reunion. Didn't you mention that your father was part of that too? He remembered. He was also part of the boar hunt. So you know, he told me this story about that one time Atalanta... Odysseus was especially good at telling stories, and he had a lot to tell. Penelope would always listen to him with keen interest. Whenever they spent their time together, it was almost as if they were in their own world. However, all good things must come to an end. But not the lore. Never the lore. Teucer. Younger half-brother of Ajax the Great. He was known for his skill in archery. In battle, it was said that he would often position himself behind his big brother, who carried an enormous shield. He's also currently here in Sparta, vying for Helen's hand.
And then Teucer.
The number of suitors have significantly dwindled.
So he and Ajax.
Does that mean once Helen has chosen a husband, Odysseus will have to go home?
Ditched us and we found them.
No, wait. I have to go home.
Can you believe they did that?
It's not like I can bring him home with me.
Just turn him into a duck.
Hold on, why would I think about bringing him home?
Odysseus's voice was drowned in the sea of her thoughts. Hey, are you listening?
When did you get so close?
Oh, so you really weren't listening. Guys, she's so mean, right? He turned to the ducks, asking for their validation. See? Even Duckamedes agrees. Yeah. I feel like you may have fallen to the duck spell.
Actually, that little one said, "Don't ask me." And when did he give them names?
Recently, Odysseus had been trying to converse with her ducks. Emphasis on trying. He'd get them wrong 99% of the time. Hey, 1% is still pretty good. Penelope never corrected him, so he probably thought he was getting it right. So, tell me, what's bothering you?
Huh?
Did the duckies mess your bed this morning? The birds flapped their wings in protest. Hey, it's a joke! The ducks seemed offended, but they let his insolence be this time. They are benevolent creatures, after all.
Should I tell him?
Tell him, don't tell him. Ooh. Alright, we'll leave this up to the coin again. Heads for tell him, tails for not. Hiya! Heads! Ooh. Spicy coin today. Alright.
It's about Helen.
Oh? Go on.
Do you think she's any closer to picking a suitor?
Okay. Menelaus, I assume. Menelaus. Spoilers! Menelaus won Helen's hand in marriage. He was also the brother of Agamemnon, the king of Mycenae, which had one of the largest forces in the Greek camp during the Trojan War. Agamemnon married Clytemnestra, Helen's half-sister. We don't talk about what happened to their marriage. Yeah, probably for the best. Yeah, my bet is Menelaus.
Oh. Then Odysseus will be going soon.
You don't have to worry about your cousin or uncle actually making a choice anytime soon, though. Penelope blinked.
Huh? Why?
Let's put it this way. What will happen to the other suitors who had put much effort and resources in courting her and her father? Give the winner a pat to the back. Backstab. Backstab.
They would get upset.
And?
They would bear a grudge? Maybe toward Uncle or the one who got picked?
You got it. Smart girl.
It's not that much. Anyway. Is that why Uncle refuses to accept the gifts they brought?
Odysseus nodded. Odysseus nodded. There we go. Otherwise, it will just fan the flame of the already volatile competition. In addition to that, it's not just your cousin on the line here. The throne of Sparta is also up for grabs through marriage with her.
It's more complicated than I initially thought, huh?
You're also very much involved in these throne games, you know.
What was that?
Don't mind me.
Okay. So then, is there any chance Helen would pick you?
Me? No way! I pretty much don't even exist as far as she's concerned. Didn't I tell you? I came here not expecting anything.
But you're...
Fun, handsome, all of the above. Exit the conversation.
Never mind.
Alright.
Oh, look, it's getting dark!
She spoke in quick succession.
We have to get going. See you!
Hey, wait!
Oh. What?
He got me.
He followed her and grabbed Penelope as soon as he caught up.
Let me walk you back to your place.
It's okay. I can go on my own. Besides, don't you have any other business to attend to?
None at all. That's why I'm offering to walk you back.
Aren't you a king? Don't you have work to do?
I'm on vacation.
I'm on vacation. I already hear enough nagging back home.
As you should.
Aw, I thought we were friends.
Didn't you say friends can be mean to each other sometimes?
You're learning from me, huh? You're supposed to be the nice friend.
I can play mean if I want.
Then I guess I'll play nice next time.
You've always been nice. Even when you're being mean.
Huh? Oh, really?
And then, silence. The area where they stood was rather secluded, and since it was getting late, there wasn't really anyone around. Even the ducks in the background remained quiet as they watched, ate their popcorn. If their feathery companions could talk, they would have screamed, "Just kiss already!"
You got to kiss the girl.
The awkward silence between them was almost unbearable if not for the occasional soft whispers of the wind or the frequent chirps of insects.
Penelope?
Just then, a deep voice broke through the silence. Both their attention immediately snapped toward the new arrival. Father? Penelope froze. The man was of towering height, about a head and a half taller than Odysseus. He had the same hair color as Penelope, with hair tied to the back and length that rested a little past his shoulders. The wrinkles on his face reflected his age, coupled with the bushy facial hair that covered them. His eyes were sharp and unwelcoming, dark and deep blue like the ocean.
Oh, Icarius, Before Odysseus could finish his words, the man had marched by Penelope's side, pushed Odysseus away, and pulled the girl behind him. The girl quivered at his presence. To untrained eyes, it may seem like the ducks were just being noisy ducks. But to both Penelope and Odysseus, they could tell that the birds had become agitated. All right, ducks, tell me what you know. What do you know about Icarius? Not to be mistaken with Icarus. Prince Icarius ruled Sparta alongside his brother King Tyndareus. He's also known as a champion foot racer who had supposedly never lost a match. Doted on his daughter Penelope, the ducks don't have a favorable impression of this man. They never really liked father.
What were you planning to do with my daughter? Hold on. Are you the king of Ithaca? Odysseus?
Looks like my reputation precedes me.
Penelope, we're going.
Huh? But...
And you.
He pointed at Odysseus.
Don't come near my daughter again.
Prince Icarius immediately pulled his daughter with him without letting her make a single peep. Yikes, I'm hated, huh?
Below, a duck was pecking on his foot.
What's up, little guy? Follow you?
The duck waddled.
Alright, let's see what's up.
Penelope hung her head low throughout their trip back to her room. The father and daughter didn't talk at all until they reached the place.
Penelope, stay away from that man, you hear?
Finally, she lifted up her head. Why? Odysseus is... Even though the girl had always obeyed her father, she found herself answering back. Honestly, it took her all just to speak a word in front of him.
Just listen to me, alright? You know that I want nothing more but your safety.
She flinched. He continued speaking without regard to the girl's words.
Anyway, it's getting late. I'll send you dinner in a bit, then you'd better tuck in for the night.
Ooh, protest or nod? Alright. Coin, what do you got for me this time? Heads for protest, tails for nod. Hiya! Ooh, spicy coin! We protesting this ish. Penelope steeled herself. Odysseus was her first friend. She couldn't stand how her father acted toward him. Father, you were rude to Odysseus. We should apologize to him tomorrow.
Penelope!
He raised his voice, which made the girl freeze.
Just be a good girl and listen to your father. Do as I say. I'll get you whatever you want once we get home, so just behave yourself.
The man spoke sweetly, but the girl didn't feel comfort from his words. In fact, she felt fear.
Good night, dear.
And with that, he shut the door. She may not have noticed it herself, but Penelope had held her breath until the man's footsteps had completely disappeared. I wonder how Odysseus is doing. How am I going to face him after that? Penelope chuckled at the duck's response. Thanks. Yes, I guess he'll brush it off like usual, huh? I do wonder why father was especially hostile toward him. Penelope sat by her bedside and sighed. Earlier, she was just worrying about not seeing Odysseus again because they'd both have to go home eventually. But she didn't expect her father to find them the way he did, and be opposed to seeing each other completely. He did always try to fend off men from coming near me. Somehow, things had gone from not that bad to actually bad. Even though she had other sisters, her father was especially protective of her. In the eyes of many, Penelope would be considered as Prince Icarius's favorite daughter. Just then, she heard a tapping sound coming from the window. Oh, why are you outside? One of the ducks was knocking on her window. Penelope got up to let the bird in.
Down here!
Below was Odysseus, waving at her. Where art thou, Romeo? Odysseus? She gasped in a hushed voice. The man looked around, making sure that no one was nearby, and then started scaling the walls up her room. Odysseus, what are you? Shh! Just keep quiet. He winked as he climbed up one of the building's pillars.
Whew. Actually, that was easy.
The man wiped an imaginary sweat off his forehead. What are you doing here? You'll get in trouble if they catch you. He just shrugged.
I always get in trouble. More importantly, I couldn't have just left you like that. You looked like you were about to cry.
I did?
Yes.
Odysseus nodded, holding out his hands to cup her cheeks.
Even right now, you look like you're about to cry. Now you look red as an apple.
Just pick one. Do you want to be sweet or do you want to tease?
Well, I hope you feel better now.
Thank you for coming over.
It's nothing. If anything, I feel like I'm the one intruding here.
And I apologize about my father. He can be oversensitive sometimes.
Well, he was overbearing. But don't sweat it. Besides, it's not like I haven't heard about him. It's widely known that Prince Icarius dotes on his favorite daughter. I just didn't know that it was you out of your sisters.
He said, playfully booping her nose with his finger. Penelope pushed his hand away. Favorite. Right.
Well, I've got to go before I end up getting busted and kicked out of here. Odysseus gave the girl a single gentle pat on the head. If I don't see you at the garden tomorrow, you better get this window ready again.
At that comment, the girl perked up. All right.
There we go. The sunshine smile I wanted to see. Take care of her, guys, he added, addressing his words to the ducks. And with that, he climbed down from her window. Penelope watched from her room as he waved one last time before scurrying off. Tomorrow I have to figure out how to slip out. Only 3 ducks accompanied her today. 1 cradled in her arms, 2 trailing her from behind. We're almost to the garden. The duck was about to quack when Penelope gestured the bird to keep it down. Her ducks were usually the noisy lot, so Penelope was never particularly difficult to find. Where there were quacks, the duck girl would be there.
Oh hey, we meet again.
A familiar male voice called out from behind. Penelope turned around to see the tall man and his friend.
Hello there.
Penelope just smiled. If she wasn't mistaken, they were Odysseus's friends. Wait, does that make them her friends too?
What was that saying? A friend of a friend is a friend of mine too? Just let her dream.
We haven't introduced ourselves, have we? Name's Ajax. This one's...
He pointed to the black-haired man. Alright. Antilochus, I think is how you say that. Ajax and Antilochus. Both men were suitors to Helen, and both also participated in the Trojan War. Ajax was known for his large build and strength, while Antilochus was known for his beauty, swiftness, and skill with the chariot. In this VN, they are drinking buddies of Odysseus. Do they actually get along? Penelope thinks they do. Odysseus is in denial.
Antilochus.
I'm Penelope.
His expression twisted to a grin.
Hey, by any chance, do you know an Odysseus?
Oh, yes. I'm actually on my way to meet him.
Antilochus's expression remained the same poker face, though his brows had noticeably furrowed.
Then you must be the rumored duck girl who's received his attention.
His attention?
I thought it was a joke, but she really is followed by ducks.
He mulled as he eyed her 3 ducky companions.
So it's true? Man, I can't believe that guy! He really went up and switched his targets, huh? I mean, he never did seem interested when he came here. I can never understand what's going on in that guy's head.
Penelope simply watched the 2 talk about Odysseus behind his back.
This might be a good chance to ask others about Odysseus.
Ooh. Alright, spicy coin. What do you want to do this time? Heads for ask, tails for don't. Whoop. Continues to be spicy. Give me the tea, boys.
Excuse me.
Immediately, they stopped talking and turned to the girl.
Would you mind telling me about Odysseus? More about him, I mean. Like, what is he like as a king?
The 2 then look at each other, then back to her.
Huh. Guess that explains why Penelope here even bothers with him. She doesn't know, huh? Poor girl. She probably fell into his trap. He's a bigger scum than I thought.
Why are they suddenly being ominous?
The 2 looked at her with pity.
Could you 2 elaborate?
Oh, right. Do you know why the title King of Ithaca sends shivers down people's spines?
It does? Odysseus doesn't seem the type to send shivers.
It's not because Ithaca is a big, strong region. In fact, Ithaca is just a small island over the sea from here, so they don't have many trade routes. It's far. The island is small. There isn't much worth conducting business over there.
Sounds like they have it hard there.
Oh yes, they do. Ithaca isn't notorious for its strength or riches. Ithaca became notorious for its trickster king.
Penelope blinked. Trickster king? Ajax nodded.
Back then, many were against Odysseus taking over the throne since he was young, but one day the opposition disappeared. It didn't help that Ithaca was a far-off island, so news about the happenings there took a while to travel to the other islands. By the time news spread, the stories had already been twisted, so no one could tell what really went on. Those who displeased Odysseus were said to just disappear. Nobody knows what he pulled, but he also managed to convince big merchants to conduct business with Ithaca. We've tried asking him, but he'd often dodge the question. That guy is careful even when he's drunk. I swear, everything he does is calculated.
The Odysseus I know doesn't sound like that at all. He's honest, kind, and fun. He can be mean sometimes, but he means well.
Who? Him? Honest?
He sounded like he was holding back his laughter.
He's one of the biggest liars we know.
Antilochus added bluntly.
He's also cranky and sarcastic. The only one I can probably agree with is that he's fun. He makes the most entertaining stories.
He added in agreement. Looks like you're all having fun without me.
Ah! Don't scare me like that, man!
Didn't you say some weeks back that my eyes were scary? So fear me.
Holy... Do you have ears everywhere?
He muttered.
I just happened to hear it.
Yes, and I was there. He really did just happen to hear it. His two other friends just stared at each other uncomfortably. It's not like they knew that he really did just coincidentally hear it, but they seemed convinced that he might have had other means.
Anyway, nice meeting you, Penelope.
He held out his hand. The lore of the handshake is... what? It really is the lore of the handshake! One of the oldest records of handshakes dated back to ancient Greece. I didn't know that. It was a gesture of peace, showing that you hold no weapon in hand. It was also a gesture of trust, as accounted in the Odyssey and Iliad. Penelope, make sure you wash your hands after shaking other people's hands, okay? Thanks, Odysseus. And in turn, Penelope returned his handshake. It was nice knowing you too. Antilochus was next. Penelope also shook his hand as soon as she finished with Ajax.
Let's drink tonight, Odysseus.
He waved before leaving with Antilochus.
They didn't trouble you, did they?
Not at all. Like I said before, they were nice.
I'm glad you're making more friends.
Well, I figured since they're your friends, then they're mine too.
How could you be so cute?
Well, wait, what?
What's mine is yours, is it? I guess I don't mind if it's you. You can take anything of mine.
But why is he suddenly so relentless? Let's just go.
Okay. Come here.
He held out his hand to her. I ain't even gonna flip for this one. I gotta take the hand. Penelope pursed her lips and took up Odysseus's offer. His hands were large and warm. She could tell that he practiced weapons. Her father's hands had the same roughness to them. I'd like to see how he wields them. Does he use swords? Or perhaps he practices archery. Perhaps archery, she thought to herself.
All right, let's go,
he exclaimed with a bright and cheerful voice. She couldn't help but smile. The girl stared at their linked hands. Actually, I'd like to see him when he's working, or how he's like when he's with other friends. I'd like to see the other sides of him. I wonder if this is the branch. You could do like a friendship ending, maybe? Yeah, I think I'll take over for this one coin. You did your job tonight.
I'm in love with him, aren't I?
I've been meaning to ask, where are your other duckies? Usually you have about 10 of them trailing you, he said, watching the 3 waddle away into their own corner, as though giving the 2 some space. Huh? I left them back in my room. Are you feeling well? You're looking really red today. Yes! I'm fine. I'm fine! Uh-huh. He took her hand to pull her closer. The young man then placed a hand over her forehead. Too close! Too close! You're looking redder by the minute. Maybe we should call it a day for now and have you rest? It's... Maybe he's right. My thoughts are all jumbled right now. But I do want to spend more time with him. Oh! Suddenly, Odysseus carried the girl in his arms. Yes, bridal carry me. The 3 ducks who were off on their own must have heard the girl's squeal, so they waddled back to the 2. Don't worry, guys. I'm just taking her back to your place. Glad you agree. Actually, they told you to put me down. It's fine. He's just worried. She addressed the ducks. Well then, let's get you back. I hope no one sees us like this. There we go. Careful now. As soon as she set foot in her room, the ducks surrounded her like children greeting their mother. Yes, I'm back. I hope you all behaved yourselves. She bent down and stroked each one of the ducks that approached her. Penelope then turned her attention back to Odysseus. Thank you for helping me up. Better than you getting into an accident climbing up here. I'll just drop by again tomorrow to pick you up. Oh, actually, maybe not tomorrow. I, would like to take the day off. Yes, that's it. Alright. I guess you don't exactly look well right now. She nodded a little too enthusiastically. He proceeded to ruffle her head. Get that well-deserved rest. Next time, I'd like to hear about you. Me? I want to know more about you too, you know. Oh, well, there's nothing interesting about me. Really? A girl who can understand duck language is not interesting? There's not much I can tell you about that. Stare. Fine, I promise. I'll think of something. Great. Looking forward to that. I guess, see you all the day after tomorrow? Bye! Each bird said their goodbyes too. Odysseus gave one of the ducks a head pat before climbing back down. Penelope maintained a smile until he's really gone. And then she just collapsed on her bed. Oh, children, what do I do? I think I'm in love with Odysseus. At one of the ducks' replies, she quickly sat up from the bed. What? You knew? The bird replied as a matter-of-factly. It's obvious? But that can't be. I only fell in love today. The other one replied, unamused. What do you mean I fell in love at first sight? Hearts in my eyes? That's why you all urged me to talk to him? Have you been playing matchmaker all along? They played as her literal wingman. Delightful. I can't believe the ducks figured it out before I did. She plopped backward and buried her face on the bed. And then screamed to her heart's content. After a short moment of wallowing in self-induced despair, the girl started up an important meeting with her ducks. So, I'm in love. What now?
There's no way Odysseus would like me back. Tell me what? Ouch! Suddenly, one of the ducks slapped her with its wing. Yes, you're right. Once Helen chooses a suitor, it might be unlikely for us to see each other again. And I could regret this forever. But what do I do? Excuse me? Find his weakness? Knowing your enemy is the first rule in love and war? No pain, no gain?
Reasonable. Sounds foul.
I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to invade his privacy like that. So what do I do?
Lay it on him or give it up. Lay your love on me.
I'll tell him how I feel. You'll be right behind me? Thank you, everyone. I love you!
Oh, she really did just come up with it. Odysseus immediately looked up. Huh? That morning, Penelope had sent one of her ducks to Odysseus with a letter telling him to meet at the garden. Now here we are. Yes, just like that.
I said I love you. I think I've fallen in love with you. Because I know I'd regret it if I...
Suddenly, he threw his arms around her. How were you able to always make me this happy? I thought I had no chance.
What?
I couldn't make a read of you. You seemed so happy to have friends, so I thought it'd be fine to stay that way. Aww. I just wanted to get a bigger look at the hug. I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Odysseus. It's funny. I thought the same. I thought I had no chance with you, and that you only saw me as a friend.
Odysseus then finally let her go. Well, birds of a feather?
I suppose.
So,
what now?
I talked to your father to arrange our engagement, I guess.
Oh dear, right! There's no way he'd approve of this. Especially when I've been disobeying him.
He did ask her to stop meeting with Odysseus, which was exactly what she's doing now. Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Penelope looked up. You would?
I've got this. You have nothing to worry about. So, don't cry. You cry easily, huh?
It's not my fault.
Ooh, my mother was a water nymph. Give me that lore.
Naiad. A type of female spirit, or simply a nymph. Naiads were considered as minor goddesses and were associated with rivers, streams, lakes, marshes, fountains, and springs. Penelope's mother was a naiad. So is that the reason why she can talk to ducks? Then again, she's not the only daughter of a nymph, and you don't hear them talking to ducks. Maybe she simply has a duck affinity. Perhaps. My mother was a water nymph, so I can't help it.
Oh? Is that how it works?
I think.
Is that why you can talk to ducks, too? Cue in the duck chiming from the background.
They said Penelope is Penelope, so she can talk to ducks. I'm hardly the only child of a water nymph, so...
Then I guess we'll leave it at that. Either way, I'm glad to learn something new about you.
Oh, right! I did promise to talk about myself.
There's just something we have to agree on, though. I'd like to bring you home to Ithaca.
Huh? You don't want to stay here?
In this time, it was more common for the man to move in with the woman, rather than the other way around. And in turn, the man will inherit the throne from his wife's father. Odysseus was practically relinquishing his right to the Spartan throne. Well, I'd like to make you Queen of Ithaca instead. Alright. can't remember how to say this name. Is it Satimene or something? Odysseus's younger sister. Not much is known about her. She was married to Eurylochus, who would later join Odysseus in the Trojan War as his second in command. I only have a sister, and my father has already retired, so I'd like to continue being their king. I hope you understand. I know I might be asking a lot, since it would mean that you will be away from your family and Oh, wait, you don't have the ladder.
It's fine! Penelope pouted, but she answered almost immediately, ignoring the extra comment. I'm actually not close to my father or siblings. Besides, I'll have you.
Well, if you say so. I wouldn't have thought, though. I mean, your father is quite attached to you.
Well, isn't that?
I guess that's a story for another time, then. Either way, you have no idea how happy I am right now.
Not happier than I am.
Okay, fine. You win. You'll always be the winner in my book.
And thus, Odysseus was granted Prince Icarius' approval to marry Penelope. Together, they lived happily ever after. The end.
As if it were that easy.
And unfortunately, I am going to have to leave you on that cliffhanger, guys. Because it's been over an hour, and I have enjoyed every second of this. This is delightful. These two have the most amazing banter. I had the biggest grin on my face the entire time. I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. The game is available on Steam. I have a link to it in the description down below. Thank you again to Peter and Neoclassic Games for giving me a key to this. I had a great time, and I'm so glad I finally got around to checking this out, because it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I hope you guys will check this out for yourself. Get these goobers together with their duck family. And, as always, until next time, I will see you later.